Good morning, everybody. So today we are taking out the new John boat. I'll show you more when we get there. I was thinking about just making a whole video by itself, but I mean, it's a little boat, so there's not a whole lot to show. We can get it done in the next couple minutes once we get there, but this morning I'm gonna fish Lake Harris. Hopefully it's not too choppy today. This lake can be pretty bad, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not too foggy either, because at the moment I don't have nav lights for the boat. But those are coming as well, but we're getting those eventually. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad, and hopefully I don't get skunked. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys at the boat ramp. All right, so we got the boat loaded up. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be trying to do it by myself. Normally my wife comes along with me, so I thought it was gonna be a little harder than it was today, but it wasn't that bad. Another thing that we got today, we're gonna try this. It's like a neck mount for my phone, because every time I try using the GoPro gets too hot and shuts off. So we're gonna see if we can get our way around that, but see you guys on the boat. All right, so we're out here on the boat. It moves slow, it goes slow, but hey, we get along, we get there. One thing I do want to show you guys is that with me being as big as I am sitting on the back, we ride with a lead, so we'll see. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys what that looks like. So I don't know if you can tell from the front of the boat not being in line with the water, but we sit kind of crooked. But hey, we get there, we get things done. The first spot is not gonna move very fast. I'm gonna come up here and drop my anchor and try and fish this grass and these docks, see how it does. I don't have any spots picked out. I also don't have any fish spots. So it's kind of hard to find where the fish are gonna be. So we gotta find an old-fashioned way. Let me drop anchor and get set up, and we'll get fishing for you guys. All right, so we're at the first spot. We're gonna see how it goes. I've never used this neck rig thing either, so we're gonna see how that works out for me. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but I'm a little wobbly. I don't have my sea legs as of yet, but hey, we're working on them. But the anchor seems to be working good. I gotta figure out how to reline the anchor, because of the fact that I don't want it like pulling all the rope out, all the excess rope out of it, and the next thing you know, we don't have anchor line. I mean, granted, it is set to the boat, but I don't want to be like 200 yards away from my anchor. That just sounds like a pain in the butt. Gotta angle you guys a little. What are you looking at the water for? Unfortunately, now I can't really see the what I'm filming, so hopefully it turns out good. It looks like it's decent. But I think I need one more rod in the boat, because I have 3 as of right now. I could just be using my spinning rod, to be honest. But I want to set the rod that I have up in my hand as my like swim bait, like lipless crankbait rod, because without having a trolling motor and the ability to just kind of putt around this, I'm gonna have to like spin 360 and fish the entire area around me for a little bit. And then once we've got that fished out, then pull the anchor, move up a bit, fish it again. Oh, aren't you cool? I think I need to switch to a frog, because they just hit topwater over there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm getting caught up a little bit at the bottom, so we're gonna switch to a frog real fast and see if they're moving fast this morning. All right, I'm gonna get that set up and I'll see you guys when I'm done. All right, so we got the frog hooked up.
Unfortunately with this frog, I don't know the name of it, so don't kill me in the comments, but this is one of the Googan squad baits, and I unfortunately cut the legs a little small, I think, but hopefully they're feeling a smaller presentation this morning. My biggest fear is that when I rat nest, that they're gonna smoke it right there on the spot. Next thing you know, I'm in the middle of trying to fix it and catch a fish. Ooh. Still trying to learn those sea legs. All right, so we got it set up. I don't know if you'd call it a lipless crank or a rattle trap. I don't know if they're the same thing. If they are, cool. It rattles, that's all I know. I don't know if do you guys ever tie a knot and then think, you know, maybe this isn't the best knot, and then just pray you don't lose your lure? Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, granted, it's not super choppy out this morning, but it's definitely the boat's handling the chop a lot better than I thought it would. Granted, there's not much, but what I'm trying to say is I'm handling it better than I thought I would. Hey, remember how I told you that thing about that knot not being good? Yeah, my lure's out there. Knew that was coming. Well, good thing I didn't like that one anyway. Fishing can be like golf sometimes. It's the most relaxing way to get pissed off. Okay, well, we're gonna tie another one of these on. Hopefully we do a better knot this time, so we don't launch it into the stratosphere. Red Bull, by the way, if you see this, these are delicious. Sponsor me. All right, well, I'm gonna get this tied up and I'll see you guys again. So give me a minute, goodbye. All right, so I actually decided to throw on a shad colored jerk bait instead, because I like that one. But we're gonna move out of this spot because the fish over here are smart asses. The whole time I was sitting there tying up, they're sitting there hitting top water after just launching my bait into who knows where. But we're gonna get the motor started. We're gonna get moved. This motor's kind of loud, so I don't know if I'll be able to talk while I'm doing this. So I'll see you guys at the next spot. I did move probably 50 yards up from where I was at. I don't know. That's one thing I need to figure out is, without a trolling motor, how far I need to move each time to give myself more coverage but not leave an area. Because I mean, I see fish hopping up all over the place where I'm at right now. Not all over the place, there's been like 4, but I have a tendency to exaggerate. But because I don't want to leave this area. If there's active fish, I don't want to leave and go somewhere that fish might not be. So we're working on this together. One thing that my next buy is going to be for this is a pole anchor, so I don't have to worry about moving as much, because I'm kind of at whatever the anchor wants to do, whatever the current wants to do. So I'm kind of away from the spot that I wanted to be, but I kind of want to be off off the grass line a little bit so I can work it out a little further, because I was parking a little too close. But I don't want to move a whole lot. I could redo the line and take up some of the anchor line so I'm not drifting as far. The only thing that I'm a bit worried about putting a casting deck in this boat is that I don't have the best of sea legs, and I don't really want to push the weight limit of this boat up at the front of the boat. Next thing you know, flip my boat. But hey, in time we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I do know at some point I want a bigger boat. But as of right now, what I got going on is doing just fine. I know I said I was gonna switch to a rattle trap and or lipless crank. God damn it, come here. But the fish I have seen, because you know I don't have x-ray vision to see into the water because it looks like sweet tea, have been hitting top water. So we're gonna try and work the bank top water more. I mean, I can still swim this. I can still throw this out in the middle and see if I can pull one up. Try not to get it like in the grass. I think I might take that frog off. I change baits too much, to be honest. I need more fishing rods. Now I understand why they have 900, why pro fishermen have 900 fishing rods in their boat. They could have 7 set up with whatever they want. Actually, they could have all of them set up with whatever they want. But I want to be able to not have to sit here and change every time. Because I could turn around in the open water behind me and throw a jig of some sort to the bottom. See if there's anything hanging out down there. See, these fish just think they're funny. Good old comedians this morning. See, this is what sucks about not knowing how to fish necessarily, is I don't know if I should be working this the whole time or let it float up to the top, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm giving it a couple little pops, letting it float to the top. When I see it surface, I'll reel the slack, jerk it a couple times. I mean, it sounds right. It sounds good. Sounds like I know what I'm doing, but my lack of fish catching says otherwise. Saw a video, it says never give up a cast. Because you know what? This could be the one time that a fish is sitting right there looking at it. And if you just reel it in because you're mad about the way it casted, then guess what? No fish. All right, a couple more casts in the spot, then we're gonna move down the shoreline. Fish seem like they're getting a little more active topwater, so we might, I think I'm gonna just stick with the topwater stuff for now. You know, kind of seems what they're into this morning is the topwater stuff, so we're gonna see if we can pull some chunky little fish out of this water with some topwater stuff. the fuck? Sounded like my lever closed as I sent it out there. My God. Guys, I've done this before, I promise. I wouldn't call myself a professional, but I've done it. Man, this plastic's got to come off, man. I can't believe I've... Oh, something had it. Pay attention. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Maybe I go back to messing with the plastic, you'll eat it again. That plastic's been on there since I've had this rod. All right, well, you know what that means. We're not gonna leave this spot now, right? No, you can't. You can't leave this spot. Had a little nibble, you can't give up. They want this. He wants it anyway, or she. We don't discriminate. So you gotta keep fishing this spot for a little bit. See, I told you guys I know what I'm doing. Shit. Y'all over here doubting me. Part of me kind of wants to try and stand on this seat, on this bench, because if I stand on it, that'll give me a general idea of how standing on a casting deck would be when I build it. But chair's kind of in the way, and I don't want to stand off to one side. Now that I have this boat, that's one thing that I want to start doing that I've always wanted to do was fish saltwater. So we're not going to the ocean because that's just not happening. But saltwater canals, because I really want to catch redfish. That's what I want to catch. Or snook. Snook look really fun. That's another thing. In the comments below, down in the comments, you know, that section down there where you can talk to me, tell me what setup would be good for my first ever saltwater setup. Because I want a bait caster. That's what I want for salt. But I've heard to not do that. I've heard to go with spinning reels. But I don't know. I like bait casters. Fish is a dick. Comes over, give it a little smoochy smooch, get my hopes up, and then leaves. What a guy. You know, when my dad took me fishing as a kid, I never understood. You know, I genuinely don't think fish can hear you. And if they can, I don't think they care. But now I realize as an adult that my dad told me the fish can hear me just to shut me up for a little while. I don't blame him. All right, I know I said a couple more casts, but you know, that one guy got my hopes up. So now we're at that couple more cast stage. This is what I'm saying. That's why I need more rods, for the fact alone that I could have multiple things set up, so I don't have to sit here. Because I do kind of want to change and keep fishing this spot, but we're moving on to bigger and better things. I'm big sad because I opened my Red Bull, you know, a little morning pick me up. And forgot about it, got going down and spilt it. So now there's Red Bull all in my boat. Good thing it's sugar-free, I guess. We're gonna try fishing something a little slower. I know they're top water, but let's see if they're liking the wacky rig this morning. So unfortunately, I only get a little bit each morning to film these videos. So I think what we're going to start doing is every morning I'll just film for 3 hours, because that's about how much time I have. So every morning we're gonna film for 3 hours, and then we're gonna make like a compilation video almost at the end, and then put it all into one video, obviously. But because I want to make this, I'm trying to make this more of a vlog style, but you know, I got to do what I got to do at the beginning. Oh, you mama ho. Got to do what I got to do at the beginning to get content. So it's kind of what sucks about not being able to fish all of the time, is that if I'm not constantly catching fish all the time, I can't turn each day into its own video. So we're kind of stuck to having to do what I'm about to do, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Another thing, let me know down in the comments again, what's your favorite fishing rig? Texas rig, you know, bait, lure. What do you guys like to use? Because I'm trying to use this wacky rig, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know why. I've never had any luck with it. I don't know if I'm impatient, which I know I'm impatient, so that could very much be what it is. But I've just never caught anything off of this. And I know people who will die on this hill that this is the best setup. Maybe I need to ask them how to do it, because I don't think it's it for me. See, the water. Water's not stable. Actually, to be honest, this morning, I know I said this lake can get pretty choppy, but I didn't realize how flat it was in the morning. So maybe I need to start coming out in the morning and not middle of the day. One thing that I wouldn't mind doing with this channel is, I know a lot of fishermen use fish finders, and I'm kind of debating on keeping this channel real. Not real. I mean, fish findings are real. Like, fish finders are real, obviously, because people have them. But I'm thinking about keeping it basic to where I don't use fish finders. The only problem with that is, what kind of content does that make for you guys? Because if I get skunked today, you know, if I'm not using a fish finder and I don't get skunked, who's going to want to watch that, you know? I'm basing it off luck, if I'm in the right spot at the right time, if a fish decides that he's wants a little snack. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. I wouldn't mind finding like a depth finder so I know how deep of water I'm in, and using that instead of a fish finder. But I'm worried about the content I make for you guys. So I don't know if I should keep it, like I said, fish finder or no fish finder. Obviously, it takes skill to still catch those found fish, but I feel doing it the way I'm doing it, you know, is based more off luck than skill. Right place at the right time kind of thing. Hey, at least we did get one bite this morning, even though I wasn't looking and I wasn't legitimately working for it. I was trying to take plastic off my rod and got bit, so. But hey, a catch is a catch. I still didn't catch it, but a bite is a bite, I guess. So because of my lack of mobility, I know I said it earlier, but I'm essentially just fishing in like a 360. I'll throw a couple casts on this side of the boat, I'll throw a couple casts in front of the boat, then I'll throw a couple casts behind me. And like I said, I feel like because of my lack of mobility, that's about my best option to try and cover as much water as I can. So I'm not just fishing the same spot. because of how big this lake is and how little my boat is, what we're planning on doing to just get more content is I'm gonna fish one part of it one morning, and then the next morning the next time I come out, I'm going to pretty much just pick up where I left off. I'm gonna make my way to the same spot or a little bit in front of that spot and just move down the line again and just work our way around the lake. Unfortunately, because of time restraints though, I mean, I don't move. I need to get out of the break-in period of my motor, so when I get on the water I can just get after it. I don't got to worry about putting around, like, because I'm in that phase where I can only go full throttle for a minute every 10 minutes, and unfortunately with that is you don't go very far very fast. So once we're out of the break-in and I can get on the water and just kind of hammer down to where, I say hammer down, I do 6 miles an hour top speed, but hey, gets the job done. But go to where I left off. What time is it? 9:15. All right, a couple more casts in this spot and we're gonna go somewhere else, so we can try and cover as much ground, or water, we're on water. I think what I'm going to do with this is, like I said, with how big this lake is, instead of trying to make just one video of me fishing the lake, I'm going to just do day-by-day fishing videos. So, like, the title of this video is probably just going to be Day 1 Fishing Lake Harris. Your mom, bro, actually. I'm going to say you're moving that way. But yeah, I think the title of this video is going to be Day 1 Fishing Lake Harris or something. And then we're just going to keep going day by day. And then each different spot, like I said a second ago, is going to be a second day and then a third day, and then, you know, so on and so forth. So you never know. We might get skunked. We might not get skunked. Each day is different. All right, last cast, and then we're gonna move. I don't know if I should just, you know, kind of wing it, like when I get to a spot, be like, I'm not feeling this one, let's move, or if I should give myself time constraints, like I fish this spot for 15 minutes, then I move, and I fish this spot for 15 minutes, then I move. I also want to start doing challenges. That's another thing I want to do. Like, I know every YouTuber or fishing YouTuber, that's how they start out, is, you know, Walmart challenges, or, you know, but I think we're going to do those just because, you know, it's content. I think I'm going to try something different. I think I'm going to hook up something different. I've been throwing pretty much the same thing all morning. So just for a little bit of variety, we're going to take the frog off because I'm not fishing too many, like, lily pad beds, areas, places. So I think we're going to throw on a jig. Nah. I'm going to throw on a square bill. Actually, oh my goodness, I forgot about this guy. Nope, I changed my mind again. We're gonna throw on our wake bait from the Guggen Squad. Well, speaking of Guggen Squad, probably won't see this. If you do, can I join your team? Can I be one of your content creators? I think I'd make a valuable asset. With minimal liability. And everybody who sees this, comment Guggen Squad, or, you know, tag them. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, to be honest. But yeah, let them know that Let's try and get me on their team. That'd be cool. I understand to be on their team, you gotta catch fish, but hey, we'll get there one day. One of these days. Alright, so we throw in a little bit of a wake bake. I will say too, this little phone mount that I showed you guys about, or showed you guys earlier, it's actually extremely comfortable to wear long term. Like, it's not, I was kind of worried that the phone would make it feel extremely front heavy. I mean, it does feel front heavy, but it's not like, you know, making me fall out of the boat front heavy. Not gonna lie, I regret not throwing this thing a little sooner. Like, not that I've gotten anything off of it so far, but like, it just feels good. Like, you know, you gotta fish baits that you're confident in. And this bait just emits confidence. Like, that was a huge fish. Well, I'm not too surprised that that happened. That's what I'm saying. I gotta figure out this anchor and how to get it set up, because I'm at the full extent of my anchor line now, and I don't want to be. Granted, my anchor line's not very big, but that doesn't mean I want to be at the end of it. So I'm gonna tie that in there for now, I guess. Actually, you know what? Maybe that's what we do. Let's pull myself in a little closer. Give me some slack. Tie in knots every once in a while. Keep it a little shorter. Till we figure it out. That was just a quick fix. Let's go after that chunker that was back here. Actually, you know what? Let's move this up here. Come here, anchor line. Come here, buddy. Now we're just gonna stand on the anchor line. Yeah. Look at us figuring it out. Kind of, for now. Could be a log, but there kind of looks like there's a gator sitting right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going from bass fishing to poaching. Just kidding. That looks like exactly what that is. Oh, yeah, that's what that is. Swamp puppy in the morning. I don't know if you guys can see it, but see him? Kind of out there somewhere. Going back to the jerk bait for a little bit. See if we can get lucky with that one. My next couple purchases are just going to be new rods, so I don't have to, so I can have more variety hooked up without having to sit here and change lures and waste time. Granted, I've only done 2 lure changes today. 3 lure changes today. So it's not terrible, it could be worse. But, you know, if I have 5 or 6 rods in the boat when I come out here, it's a lot more variety that I can just switch to without having to constantly change. Because like I want to have a Texas rig set up, I want to have a jig set up, I want to have, well, I got a wacky rig set up, but I also want to have my swim baits and my like rattle traps set up too. So it's at least 3 more rods. Oh, and a frog. 1 frog rod would be okay. I also have it's in my bag, and to be honest, one of these days I'll grow up and I'll actually use it, but I have a 7-inch swim bait by Guggen Squad, but there's just part of me that can't justify throwing it. That thing was $30. I know that's not even an expensive swim bait, but still. You guys saw what I did to that rattle trap earlier. Imagine I hucked a $30 swim bait out there. Oh my God. I'd be one salty dude. See, that's what's crazy about Florida though, as a whole, is we've been out here for, I don't know, a couple hours fishing, and we already saw a gator day 1. Just makes you realize or think, you know, if he was that far away the whole time, what's under me? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Crazy to think about. It could be just a fucking 14-foot monster sitting under me, just an absolute dinosaur chilling. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a 14-foot John boat. If I ever saw a 14 to 16, anything bigger than this boat surface, I think I'm gonna take up knitting. All right, everybody. So I think that concludes day 1 of, actually does conclude day 1 of Lake Harris. So hopefully next time we actually catch something. At least we had a bite today, so we're getting there. We just got to learn the lake, learn what they like. And it just depends on if we're in the right spot at the right time. But thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.